and we're going to trade it now. Let's get Scott Bauer in here, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy. All right, Scott, what do you think about Amazon here?
You know, everything that Michael said is spot on, and the key is going to be AWS. Yeah, I think investors and people looking at the report have to know that that growth is going to subside. So if we do see a little bit lower of a number here, that's probably not a bad thing. I love the upside on Amazon here. This thing's going to hit 4,000. I just don't know whether it's hitting it on this print. I'm a little bit cautious of the print because I think they are going to talk to that slowdown. So it's just a matter of how the street really, kind of digests that. So I actually want to talk about two trades if I can, Oliver.
Yes,
one
you can,
for
sir.
Earnings and then one for further out.
Okay.
For the earnings print, what I want to do is sell an iron condor, which is selling a put spread and selling a call spread. So I'm selling next week's 35.40 35.30 put spread,
okay,
and I'm selling next week's 37.90 3800 call spread. $10 wide on both ends. I can collect $5 for that. Massive amount of credit. Big moves in Amazon. We're going to see a big move. I don't know where that move is going to be this week. That's why I want to collect that massive credit. However, going further out beyond earnings, I think there's a real opportunity on the upside here. And one of the, let's call it, not necessarily the safest plays, but a very inexpensive way to play a big move and with a huge reward to risk is just to buy a butterfly spread. And if you're bullish, you want to buy a call butterfly. So going out to September expiration, I'm buying the 3,900, 4,100, 4,300 call butterfly.
Okay.
That means I'm buying one 3,900 call, selling two of the 41s, and buying 143. I can do that for somewhere around $15 or $16. The maximum that can go to is $200 if Amazon were to go to 4,100. I think that is just a very, very inexpensive way to play the upside going out, 6-7 weeks in time.
Okay. Like it, Scott. Let's take the first one here and break it down real quick, coming back to that iron condor that you're selling, creating a range-bound trade. We talked about selling options this morning, Tom and I on Inside Out, and the lesson is patience when you're selling. But at least in this case, I could handle this one. It's only a week. You're giving yourself basically the post-earnings reaction, and that's about it. And you are giving yourself breathing room to this new high potential for Amazon because you're break even at the high end, $37.95. Goes above that, it starts to work against you, but that would even be a record for Amazon.
Exactly, and yes, patience is key when selling options. But when I sell options, Oliver, I'm always doing it on a spread so that if the worst case happens and we get, a much bigger move than I expected, I'm always completely risk defined. So even if Amazon were to go down to 3,000 or up to 5,000, on this iron condor, the maximum exposure, the maximum risk I have is $5. But to collect $5 on this for something that can only go to 10, I love that reward to risk, and I got to take advantage of that extreme volatility going into the earnings print.
Okay. And then, Scott, the longer term one, the call butterfly, how long term you thinking there?
Yeah, I'm going to hold that thing because that won't change in value very much until we start getting closer to that September expiration. So that thing is going to trade right in this range here for probably the next couple of weeks unless we see a significant move in the stock, either down towards maybe 3,400 or up towards that 4,000. But I'm going to hold this one for a while here. And again, when you have a butterfly and you want it to go to that short strike in the middle, it's kind of like hitting the bullseye, pin the tail on the donkey sort of thing. Is it really going to go to 4,100 and this thing's going to max out at 200? The likelihood is no. But if this thing does accelerate, it does break out to all-time highs, this thing will expand greatly.
All right. Thank you, Scott. I like it. Nice approach here. Looking at two different time frames for Amazon. Overall bullish, giving it some breathing room here in the short term to make a high, even as you collect premium and look for a range-bound post-earnings trade. Got it. And bullish long-term to 4K. Yes, sir. Thank you, Scott Bauer, CEO of Prosper Trading Academy.